Hi everyone. Now let's learn how to use should. Vamos a aprender a cómo usar should. Y lo primero que necesitamos entender es que should tiene tres usos importantes. How to use it? Well, number one, we use it to express an obligation or duty. And I need you to understand that this is not an obligation that you need to do by law. It's more a moral obligation. It's something that you have the decision to do or not. Sometimes it is about something that you need to do, otherwise, you're going to suffer negative consequences. But at the end, you don't have the obligation by law to do it. So let's go ahead and see an example so you can understand better what we're talking about here. The example says, I should finish my homework before going out with my friends. It's important to finish your homework. You know that if you don't do it, you're going to have negative consequences, but at the end, it's your decision. The main translation is debería. It's a moral obligation. Number two, you also use it to give an advice. You should eat more fruits and vegetables for a healthy diet. And one more time, this is not an obligation 100%, but something we strongly recommend you to do. You know that if you do it, good things will happen, but if you don't, you will have a negative effect. So you use it to give an advice. You should eat more fruits. We know it's healthier, right? Deberías de comer más frutas. Es más saludable. And number three, we use it to express expectation or likelihood. The train should arrive at the station in 10 minutes. El tren debería llegar a la estación en 10 minutos. It should. It should arrive at that time. There is already an expectation established. We know that in 10 minutes, the train should be there. In all these three scenarios, the translation of should is debería. We've been saying this. It indicates a moral obligation that at the end of the day, we have the freedom to do or not. At the end is totally up to you. So let's go ahead and see how should interacts with the three type of sentences that we have been exploring. So let's take a look. I should, you should, he should, she should, it should, we should, you should, they should. For questions, should I, should you, should he, should she, should it, should we, should you, should they. For negative, I should not, you should not, he should not, she should not, it should not, we should not, you should not, they should not. We can make a negative contraction and say, I shouldn't, you shouldn't, he shouldn't, she shouldn't, it shouldn't, we shouldn't, you shouldn't, they shouldn't. Veamos cómo se usa, cómo es su estructura gramatical para que entendamos un poco más cómo formular las oraciones con should. We should help her with the report. We should help her with the report. One more time, right? It's a moral obligation. It's something that we are supposed to do. But at the end of the day, it's up to you or up to me if we help her with the report. So in this sentence, we is the personal pronoun. Should is the verb that help us to indicate that moral obligation. Help is the verb in present, ayudar. Her with the report would be the complement. Let's go ahead and take a look at some examples. You should stay home and rest. Deberías quedarte en casa y descansar. Si quiero pasar esa oración a pregunta, sería should you stay home and rest? Negative, you shouldn't stay home and rest. Let's see another example. My mom should start saving money. You see, it's a good idea if my mom saves money. It's going to have positive effects in her finances. It's definitely an advice, it's a recommendation. She should do it. My mom should start saving money. Question: should my mom start saving money? Negative. My mom should not start saving money. He should wake up earlier. Should he wake up earlier? He shouldn't wake up earlier. So one more time, we use should for three main type of sentences. We use it to give out a recommendation or an advice. We use it for a moral obligation, and we also use it for any type of expectation. When we have an expectation, when something is supposed to happen, we also use should. If we are going to link it with Spanish, the main translation would be debería. I should, yo debería. You should, tú deberías, y así sucesivamente.